Today we're working on an Audi A4 and we're doing lowering springs in the rear. We already did the passenger side on the rear, and now we're doing the driver's side. This is how it's looking sitting on the ground. This is stock, and this is the other side already done. These are H&R's on it that we're going with. Super Sport.
First step, take out your center cap. Gotta use a special clip. Pop it in, pull it out. Alright, loose first.
Break the wheels loose with the breaker bar first.
Did it snap?
No.
Oh, about to say. No need for your wheels to be this tight. Jack it up on the pinch point.
Wheels off, it came off with a 17mm. Next thing we're gonna do is pull off the sway bar down.
Which is what's
here. It's a 16mm bolt right here. So that's the next thing being removed. And the sway bar is loose.
loosen the strut.
Yeah, the next thing we're gonna loosen is the strut. So you can either loosen it up there, but he's gonna be loosening it from the bottom. It's easier. And I believe that's a 21. And that bolt is right here. So we're loosening that 21mm on the shack.
Won't break.
Put the pipe on it.
Get the pipe.
And it's loose. Took a lot of power.
Yeah, it did.
And the 21 is out. Now that the shock is loose, the next thing to loosen is
Subframe.
the subframe. There's two 18mm bolts. Subframe bolt is right there. There's one there, and there's one under the plastic shield over there. Loosen these two 18s to lower the subframe. Got the bolt loosened out some there, and the subframe has dropped.
Now you gotta loosen the other side.
Yep, gotta get off the plastic cover. Get off this plastic cover. Has some torque screws on it.
T30.
Yep, some T30s.
And some number 10.
And number 10s. And then you'll be able to see the other subframe bolt.
I think this is the last bolt. What the hell is it so long?
How many bolts are there?
4 total. Look at this thing. Those are unnecessary. Is there any more?
And number 10.
Right here. Damn, that bolt is rusted. Look at it.
Gonna need a pipe on that one probably.
Yeah.
And it broke.
And you said I don't need my extension. Ah, damn.
Not taking the bolts out, just unscrew them enough until you can pry the spring out.
There it is.
Alright. What we did was flat blade on the top, on top of the rubber, and pried it out. And the bolts are unscrewed a decent amount on the subframe, but they're still in. Gonna pry the spring the rest of the way out. Rubber popped off first, and then now the spring will just pull straight out.
Who wants some used springs? They're still good.
Just keep. Once this rubber piece popped off, then the spring was just loose and it slid right out. The new H&R spring right here. And we're gonna just put some grease on our spring insulators before we install them onto the new spring, just to prevent squeaking.
We like squeaking.
We don't want a squeaky ride. There you go. Now those are both greased and ready to reinstall. The lower one has a alignment pin, so that pin just locks into the hole on the original lower shield piece. New spring is a lot shorter, so it's much easier to install. On the bottom there's a alignment pin, so this just locks back in to the original hole on the spring shield. So we're going to slip the bottom in first and then worry about the top after. Apply pressure on this to push it down. And then got the lower rubber in. Upper subframe is tightened now.
Gotta do the other side.
The upper rubber we just slipped it in after the lower one went in. Now the last subframe bolt, the 18, and the impact to retighten it back on. We're gonna get the shock bolt back in. Blue loctite he's putting on it right there. The shock, push it up and retighten it down. Put the washer back on first. So put a washer on that side and then push the bolt through on this side.
I'm just gonna tighten with the impact because we're lazy.
And that's tight. Jack this arm up so that we can get this sway bar bolt to line up with that hole right there.
Off my spring, so
This
dirty.
is a 16, and you're just gonna tighten that down. That side spring is in, and this side is now pretty much done. And this is a pretty simple job.
Don't need to be a caveman.
How many bolts was it?
What?
The two subframe 18s, this 116 and this 121 down here. And that's pretty much it to change the spring.
That takes a lot of force.
Yeah, and the pry bar.
Pry bar and some flat blades.
And some flat blades. Two big flat blades to pry the spring right. I mean, it could be done easier if you go and loosen this arm and loosen.
The special head.
There's a long, looks like a Torx bolt right there.
Torx 65.
And yeah, that's the longer way to do it, but we did it the easy way where you don't have to loosen much things. You don't want to torque it too much.
That's good.
Yeah, we just torque it by feel because we don't have any torque specs.
Don't need torque specs, man. As long as it's tighter than the required.
And that's it for the rear suspension. The Audi is back on the ground and there's almost no wheel gap. This thing's sitting low now in the back. It's sitting real low. Alright, the front is the next job, what we're going to be doing next. So now we're about to do the front, and that'll be in a separate video. Hopefully the fronts aren't that hard. The rears were actually super easy.
It's starting to cool down out here, boy.
And the weather's starting to get a little cooler, so that's good.